Don't you know we're just starting? But you sure we got the clue how that this we go. Don't you know no more art? And as you look to the horizon, not a cloud, but then stormy weather's go too cold. Seems like it crept up out of nowhere, all around you is not what you foretold. You never see it coming. You see that my mind is too fast for eyes. You're done, but the time it hit you, you're not surprised.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. This is DSPNEWS, the unreliable ones. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the newsroom and welcome to the Goutopia News Network. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here today with something that I'm not necessarily that hype about, but I think it's still, there might be possibilities. So let's go ahead and try to get into this. We're here with Snort Burnell and Sean Ranklin. A possible collaboration between DSP and Wings of Redemption. Now, to be honest with you, I would much rather see a collaboration. Well, one of the best things that will come out of this, I think, if it does happen, is Snort Burnell and Sean Ranklin kind of having a collabo of sorts. It'll just be cool to see that. You know what I'm saying? Because you have, most people would consider the top tier of each of their communities respectfully. So I think that's going to be pretty interesting to see how that works out. As it pertains to, and then there's other collabos that can be done too. You got Wingtings over there. There's a bunch of guys over there actually on the Wings of Redemption side, and then you add that up with, there's a bunch of guys. I'm just gonna say that there's a bunch of people over there, and then you have David Davidson. You have S. Julius Cruz over here. You have Mighty D. You have Memology 101. You have Volt Boy. You have a bunch of people on this side too. So who knows how this could all work out? I'm sure it'll be entertaining. As it pertains to these two men in general, let's go ahead and line the story up. So, as you know, I'm late. So, basically, Wings of Redemption decides to show up into DSP's chat one night during one of his streams and says, hey, would you be interested in doing a collaboration? Allegedly, Low Tier God was in there too. And as we'll get into these videos, DSP seems to be way more excited about that Low Tier God situation, which leads to the theory that I have that's the reason why he's actually playing Street Fighter V. But that's not the only reason. Playing Street Fighter V for DSP is actually a pretty good thing because he's at least in the top 10 at any given night on Twitch's directory as it pertains to Street Fighter V when he plays it. So it's bringing him viewership and it's putting him in a decent spot on Twitch, which is what he needs. Is it promoting him on Twitch? No. Hell no. Hell no. But it does put him in a relatively good space moving forward, despite how much he hates the game. Now, so we've already gone over the whole Low Tier God situation. Will Low Tier God eventually and DSP do a collaboration eventually? I assume eventually. As you know, the median will be Street Fighter V. And to be honest with you, it should be Street Fighter 4. They should play Ultra Street Fighter 4. That might be a good look. And as long as they can get the parameters down, which if we don't know what the details or what the conditions that each man had going into that, but I assume DSP wanted to dictate terms. Low Tier God wasn't feeling it, didn't call him out on it. He didn't call him out on it, which DSP even mentioned, saying that, he his response message, he didn't shit on me. So there's a future in that. There's a future in that. Okay, as it pertains to Wings, there's some positives and some negatives to collaborating with Wings. To be honest with you, and this when I saw this on Twitter, Gundam, shouts out to Gundam by the way, was saying that this right here would be the equivalent of Bad Meets Evil. Eminem, it's an album Eminem when he collaborated on his many occasions with Royster 5'9", Mayor of Detroit. But and I came in and said it was really more like when Gout meets Doubt. As you know, Phil has the gout, And Wings is just full of doubt. That's kind of what he is. Now, for some of you, ladies and gentlemen, who may not have been introduced to Wings yet, I promised you guys a Wings video. The one that I was working on initially is going to have to be... I'm going to have to sideline that for a minute. Don't worry. We're going to actually still do Wings videos. I just had something in particular I was working on, but that right there is going to have to be shelved because there's 2 people who want to speak to me before that goes out. That's understandable because I took some shots at them. Or, well, I allegedly took some shots at them, I should say, in the part of it that they heard. So we're going to clear that up, and let's hear what they have to say. And same thing in the Monday Matt situation with the Monday Matt video. That's going to be on delay because someone has also contacted me and says that, hey, they'd like for something to be clarified before that video goes out. So fair enough. I'm more than willing to speak to people, so it's no big deal. No hate there. Now, Wings is a different kind of animal. Wings' fan base isn't like DSP's in the fact that you're just going to get like crazy, ridiculous nonsense. At the end of the day, when it comes to Wings, Wings is a piece of shit. Most people would tell you that. He's treated people horribly. He's done some really fucked up things and some really shitty things to people who are his friends or who were his friends. He's done some just massively dumb shit, stupid shit, selfish shit. But to his fan base, or even to his trolls and detractors, he's their piece of shit. Another reference I would give you is after a good reference, I think, for any of you guys who are wrestling heads, is when after Survivor Series, when Bret Hart went to WCW. What most people don't know is that was Shawn's plan. Shawn wanted to leave the WWF when it was called the WWF and go to WCW. And they ended up not going. That ended up not happening. And that's going to lead into another video. It'll be probably my first or second wrestling video where I'm going to talk about, in my personal opinion, the conspiracy that led to essentially the end of Bret Hart as his wrestling career in general, and that last golden era, if you will, of the WWF, which led into Attitude Era and everything that came afterwards. So I've been kind of just picking spots on that. So something to look out for. At the end of the day, like Shawn Michaels is a piece of shit, Jim Cornette has said that plenty of times, so on and so forth, he was their piece of shit. So for someone like DSP, if he thinks he's going to be able to take advantage of Wings, that's not going to happen. And the boys over there, with all due respect, get down for days over there. Like they very much are about preserving what they have over there. And though they don't have a problem with new people coming in, they're definitely not going to let someone take advantage of Wings. Sorry for all that slapping. So that's definitely not going to happen. So if DSP thinks in any type of way, shape, or form he's going to try to get over, he's going to be sorely mistaken. And his fan base won't be able to hold up. Now, as it pertains to Wings, like I said, he's in a... Wings himself, I should say. He's in a position where he needs something. You know what I mean? He needs a change in some type of way. This man's coming off the surgery, even though there's doubts of whether he had it or not. I believe he had it, to be honest. He's dropped quite a bit of weight since he's had it. Wings needs to try to revitalize himself. Now, most of you who follow Wings would tell me or say in the comment section, oh, well, he says he doesn't want to do this anymore, this, that, and third. That's true. He doesn't. I think he wants to go to school and become an EMT. But while he's here, he needs to try to do the best that he can for himself. It only makes sense. The thing is, interestingly enough, is reaching out to DSP might not be a bad move because he doesn't want to play Call of Duty anymore. And though he's still on slightly good terms with people in the Call of Duty community, Wings will tell you that Call of Duty was the worst thing that ever happened to him. It ruined his life, so on and so forth. I don't think that's the case. What I think happened was he didn't diversify. He didn't make smart decisions. And Wings, for all of his credit, though he has a lot, and he may not have necessarily the debt that DSP has, he wasn't smart with his money either. And I still feel firmly that he said that in his time on top, he only made like $300,000 over those years. Basically, we're talking about over 5 to 7 years or whatever, which is a lot. He's made way more than that. And one of the exhibits, my exhibit A, if you will, that kind of dispels that is when he was on a podcast with Only Use Me Blade, Keemstar, Woody's Gamertag was there, White Boy 7th Street was there. There might have been somebody else. And Wings called out White Boy on his contract. He didn't go into the full details because White Boy shut that shit down super fast. But he at least gave you some ideas on what the parameters of that contract was. Another guy named Fisticuff. He's one of my favorites when it comes to Call of Duty. He plays a lot more PUBG now. He had done a couple of videos back talking about how contracts worked and what those guys were making back in the day. And those guys were making crazy money. They were making crazy money. If you believe what Wings says, he would have been literally he'd be like a day one Call of Duty commentator. Like with the money that, who was just stepping into the game and just making shit happen. And that wasn't the case because Wings was up there. He was easily in the top 5, possibly even I'd say top 7. I'd even go as far as saying top 5 Call of Duty guys back in his day. You know what I'm saying? Before all these younger guys kind of came in and pushed him out. Well, not pushed him out, but he had to fall a couple rungs. But really his finances is what screwed him over. He overspent. He didn't save enough. That whole situation with his ex-girlfriend and all that nonsense. There was a lot going against Wings, which leads him to where he is now, where he feels like he's been broken down by the fan base, by even some of his peers who have turned against him. I have my feelings about PKA as it pertains to who actually has rights to that podcast, or at least who should be getting what from a financial standpoint. But we'll cover that when that video comes around with some better clarification. For Wings, he's looking at this as this could be a good start. Trying to collab with DSP kind of makes sense because for Wings, who people say he's a toxic individual, he says he's not that bad of a person, and people just gave him a chance or an opportunity, he can go side by side with DSP, and then he can make you guys compare. Is that what Wings is doing? Is that how far he's looking downrange? I don't know. But it does make some sense, because Wings is a pretty toxic individual. Be honest with you, you're going to see some of that in this particular video. I actually have 2 videos I've chosen out of the many examples, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But this might be a good start for Wings, depending on how he plays it. Especially since he's kind of like a Battlefield head now, since he doesn't play a lot of Call of Duty. He did pick it back up recently, but it's not going well. Now, DSP. As for DSP, the positives are, one, his dumbass can collab with someone. He could actually interact with somebody. Someone who's gone through some of the hardships he's gone through, at least from a fan base standpoint, having detractors, having people mess with him, this, that, and the third. People who call him out on his bullshit. He can find someone, he can now actually interact with someone who would understand some of these things. He has someone he can bounce off of. If Phil is as talented as he says he is, talented people can kind of coexist with each other and they can bounce off each other. Now, it doesn't work for everybody, but for most people it can work. So we're going to see exactly how that's going to work for him. So he kind of needs that. 2, as I said in my last video, he needs some fresh blood. He needs not just new viewership, but he needs people to kind of come into the fold, if you will, and might be willing to stay for a little while and potentially become new cult members. Now, I would guess that Phil's going to have some reserves about that, because he's going to say he doesn't need any more toxic individuals compared to what they already have, so on and so forth. Well, once he gets in bed with Wings, it's a wrap. They go together, and they're going to have to walk hand in hand upstate. Worst case scenario. At the same time, though, too, DSP is quick to ban. Wings is a type of individual who'd rather try to talk it out and get an understanding. So you're going to have a bit of a conflict of interest, but Wings isn't confrontational, which means that DSP doesn't even have to try to bully him or try to be super aggressive, because it's the beta. Wings isn't going to lose his shit, you know what I'm saying, or you wouldn't expect him to. So it might work out for DSP too. It might give him a way of kind of getting his confidence back, even though he's shit at first-person shooters. But that's neither here nor there. The negatives. There's quite a few, actually. There's quite a few. If on Wings' end of it, there is no real negativity, to be honest with you. The worst thing that could happen to Wings is some of his trolls end up making it in and just shitting it up for him. If he could hold his composure for, I don't know, this collaboration will probably be 3 or 4 hours. If he can hold himself together, he might be all right. He might be all right. And he might make some pretty good money on the side. I mean, as for downfalls, there's a lot, you know, or there are some, but not enough that I think that would really hold Wings back. Nothing that can make him fall any further than where he's at now, if you will. So that's my feelings on Wings, at least for the time being. We'll do more Wings videos, and then you guys kind of come to your conclusion. As it pertains to DSP, as it pertains to Dave, it's very possible he could go ahead and just piss off a whole new group of people, and there you go. Now you have Wings, then you'll have people from the Wings community actually start doing detractor videos on Dave, and vice versa. Over here, we've kind of diversified into that anyway. A lot of the guys over there, or some of the guys in the Wings of Redemption, they throw little clips of DSP in here or there because why not? You know what I mean? So the worst thing for Phil is that he has just a whole other group of people who come in and rip him. And who understand the system on Twitch, who understand how tips and bits and all that stuff works if they want to do chargebacks or whatever, because they've done it all with Wings. They've already, so if and actually that leads into another thing. The way DSP lays out the parameters of the system, meaning his personal hug box over there on Twitch, and how tips and all that stuff work, a lot of it is inaccurate. And you guys all know that. If you listen to detractors, you know that. Wings' fan base will be quick to bring that up and expose it and do it in real time and whatnot, which is going to not be good for DSP. It's not going to be good at all. And you all know how DSP feels when he's earned money and then it's taken away from him on a chargeback. He gets a bit butthurt, and that shits his whole mood up. So it should be an interesting exchange, to say the very least. But those are my thoughts, at least for the time being. I think the Battlefield 5. I'm currently recording this. I'm sorry, September 5th. I think the Battlefield 5 beta is at least a little while off, at least a couple of weeks, I think. So I don't think there's too much. I don't think there's too much to really worry about. I mean, there's some time, and DSP hasn't agreed yet, so you have that to worry about too. Let's see, the beta. Oh, the beta opens tomorrow. Oh, it's a good thing I looked it up. Yeah, it says right here that the open beta opens public. The open beta opens to the public September 6th and runs all the way to the 11th. Huh, that's kind of cool, actually. Preloaded of open beta starts September 3rd at 1 a.m. Open beta access. Okay, so anyway, it starts tomorrow. And it runs to the 11th. So DSP has some time to choose, whether he wants to collab with Wings or not. Speaking of which, he's not going to do it tomorrow. He's not going to do it on the first day of the beta because it's Kat's birthday tomorrow. So he's taking Thursday off. So maybe over the weekend, I guess. I'm pretty sure Dave is still going to take off Saturday, which is his usual day off. So maybe Sunday, maybe Friday night even. Wings basically streams like 12 to 15 hours a day anyway, give or take. So Wings will be on regardless. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. Ladies and gentlemen, I've spoken long enough. Sorry, this is a bit long-winded. Just want to throw some tit for tat in there. We have 3 videos. First one will be by, obviously, one of my personal favorites, Snort Burnell. Dspgaming, possible collaboration with Wings. Second video and third video by Sean Ranklin. Wings of Redemption trolled and raged against a child in rank for Rainbow Six Siege. And then the second video will be Wings of Redemption being toxic and Rainbow Six again. So for some of you who are not familiar with Wings, you'll get to kind of see what he's about and what that life is. It's hard to be a Wing. It really is. But not as hard as having gout. Ladies and gentlemen, this is DSP News. Always late, never breaking, unreliable coverage that you can't count on. A GTG Network Hit Productions. You all know the slogan. Let's go ahead and get into this. It's time to watch me work. Yes.
I'm gonna send DSP an email. I want to play Battlefield 5 beta with him.
I see that Wings of Redemption is in the stream chat. If you are interested in doing anything with me, I think he said something about the Battlefield 5 beta. Email me, darksidephil@hotmail.com, and we'll talk about it. And we'll go from there, okay? I don't know anything about the Battlefield 5 beta. I haven't been following it whatsoever. I don't even know when it's out or nothing. So, email me and we'll talk, okay? This is how to play the game.
Okay, so while I deal with this buggy mechanics real fast, why does Wings have to email him? He just hit you up on Twitch. You can talk to him on Twitter. Why is it that everybody has to go into the junk, into the spam box, essentially, when it comes to these type of situations? This is a possible collaboration, one that you need, DSP. So, just, you know what I'm saying? Just be like, hey, man, send me a private message on a PM or a DM on Twitter or something. You know what I'm saying? Or a private message or whatever the case may be, and work that shit out and whatnot, and get it all done. Because you know, and it's happened to his own fan base. He'll be like, oh, email me at darksidephil@hotmail, and he never gets it. It ends up getting lost in the spam folder, or it gets lost in the troll folder, or whatever the case may be. Unless it says free TV. Oh, I'm sorry. He actually donated that to himself, so I'm going to have to go over that video. Free PS4 Pro, or free this, or free that, or did you get this large donation I sent you? He doesn't care. So that right there, I felt was kind of shitty, him doing that to Wings like that. You should really just speak to the man directly. But that's neither here nor there. Let's get into this greatness that is Snort Burnell. Yeah.
Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude.
And I have to warn everyone. Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting.
Needs to be kicked in the freaking balls. He's an asshole.
We start off with your boy.
See, that's how Cat's gonna get that house. That's exactly how it's gonna happen. She's just gonna run his ass right up out the house, and she's gonna claim it for her own. Oh, this shit's gonna be great.
Who asks, just to clarify, was Wings and LTG in last night's stream? If so, I think it's a good opportunity to collab and reach out to different viewers. People who watch LTG and Wings can potentially be like-minded people such as this chat, and in turn will be interested. First of all, last night when I was playing Scarface, I mean, it was pretty chaotic, alright? Because the game's final mission is a terrible gauntlet of garbage. It's one of the worst final missions. You have to basically
Yet again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Snort Burnell, DSPgaming. Possible collaboration with Wings of Redemption. Or, of Wings. With Wings, sorry.
almost no weapons and nothing, survive against gauntlets of enemies. You have to utilize the game's rage mode in order to survive. So I was very hyper-focused on the game. And then someone told me that Wings of Redemption was in my chat, and indeed he was. I did see him. And basically people were asking, why are you here? And he says that he was interested in maybe doing a collab with the Battlefield 5 beta coming out in early September. And I said, alright, well if you're interested, you know, I didn't even know it was coming out in early September. Email me, darksidephil@hotmail.com, and we'll talk details, alright? And that was it. I don't even know what else he said or whatever. I was focused on trying to beat the game. Now, someone had said that Low Tier God came into the stream and said something, but I'm not aware if he did. I didn't see him personally, and no one told me that he had said anything. So even if he was there, I don't think that he was there for any particular reason. It wasn't like he came in and said, oh, something with Phil or nothing, you know. So, that's all I know. Now, some people have already asked me, well, did Wings of Redemption email you yet? No, he did not. At least not that I could see. I checked my spam folder or whatever. I didn't see anything. I don't know when the Battlefield 5 beta comes out. I think it's supposed to be the first week of September, but I'm not sure.
This is gonna be the whole stream.
And here's another thing, too. As it pertains to, well, first off, you heard his thirst for Low Tier God. He can't let that go because he can see the potential in it. I can understand that to an extent, but Jesus Christ. Pull your skirt down. As it pertains to Wings, if Wings has already been in your chat, I don't know why he had to be interrogated. Why couldn't he just sit there and chill? I mean, let's be honest. You have Twitch mods sitting in your chat. We'll do a video on that shortly. Sitting in your chat, kind of watching what's going on. I would assume there's a particular reason behind that, but that's neither here nor there. But at least the one mod that was seen the other day is someone that most people who stream on Twitch, they apparently know who this person is. So I assume that's never a good sign. In any case, why since Wings already laid out what the parameters were to you, if he hasn't emailed you yet, then just hit him up on Twitter. You're not blocked. You know what I mean? So just hit him up and have a conversation. Be like, hey, you know, this is what I'm thinking about doing. Would you be interested? That's all it is. You guys are just going to party up. And Wings should do well, maybe. But Dave gets killed a bunch of times. So Wings is going to do what he's supposed to do, because he's a Call of Duty player, and use DSP as a meat shield. It works pretty much that easy. But, you know, we'll wait and see. But I guess the thing that irritates me the most is how he thinks he's so important that, oh yeah, just reach out to me, man. Just go to my business email for inquiries or whatnot. I'll get around to you when I get around to you. I've never been a fan of that, to be honest with you. Just hit me up on Twitter or something, and you know what I'm saying. That works out better, I think. But that's just me. DSP News.
Come on, I just want to fucking play the game. I just want to play the game.
So, based off of that, you know, if I hear from him, maybe he'll just say, let's...
What are you, Triple H? You're not Triple H. Not at all. Not even close. Not even close. Triple H, by the way, needs to kind of like, not necessarily hang it up, but like, does he always have to kind of interject himself into the title run? He just needs to kind of chill. He's had a great run. You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead and get NXT where it needs to be and move from there. But he can still make it happen in the ring, so it's, you know, it is what it is, I guess.
do a party and we play together, you know, we matchmake together and play this game randomly together, maybe I would do it. I don't think that it's any, I don't see the harm in it. I do realize that this guy gets trolled a ton, alright, just like me, but at the same time, I don't know. I would basically rely on you guys to give me feedback and tell me what you think. Is that something you would like to see, or is that something that you think would be too much trouble to bring in another community and have, you know, I know he has trolls, and is it going to be crossover of shit? Is it worth it, right? To me, I like the Battlefield 5 beta wasn't even on my radar yet, because I didn't even know it was coming out. So, obviously, if it does come out and it's public, I would consider playing it, but I didn't even know about it, so for me, it was like a non-thing. So I guess, you know, I'll leave it as open as a possibility, but I'm not going to say either way what I'm going to do. I'll just leave it open as a possibility, and we'll see moving forward what happens, okay? Wolf Knuckles did a 100-bit cheer, and he says the following. Your 10-year legacy is indelible. Indelible. Have you considered writing a tell-all book about your amazing career? No. Listen. It's hilarious. I'll give you guys some perspective. All right, I go to a bookstore, or I go to Target or whatever. I'm in the book section, and I see random books by people I've never heard of. I say, what is this? Why would I buy this book? And then I pick it up and say, oh, it's a YouTuber. And I laugh my ass off. When YouTubers write books, they're just writing for their own audience. They're not writing for a common person. Does not give two flaming fucks about a book that a YouTuber wrote, okay? Just being real here.
No one cares. And I think that these people have such overinflated egos. They think that just because they made silly videos on the fucking internet that made them money, that now they're some kind of a popular person who people want to hear their fucking life story, okay? I don't think that. Do you show your toxic jealousy and just how petty you fucking are when you react to something like that? I mean, I'll be honest, just like any other normal human, yes, am I jealous of certain people and of people who are successful and whatever? Of course I am. Of course I'm going to have jealousy. That's a natural human emotion for those who have more than you. You're always going to have that natural...
Not necessarily. Most people can just be happy with what they have. You know what I'm saying? And they can always strive to obtain more later on. Being jealous of people is just a waste of energy, to be honest with you. But that's neither here nor there. Obviously, ladies and gentlemen, I can guess this is leading into PewDiePie. That was back in what? 2016? I guess is when PewDiePie wrote that book. Phil is still holding on to that shit? Or is it 2015? Something like that. He's still holding on to that dumb shit. He's holding on to that dumb shit that... he went on... I guess he went on Instagram or something, or he went on Twitter and was talking shit about PewDiePie's book, and then PewDiePie responded to him on Instagram or something. I mean... You're still holding on to that shit? Like, PewDiePie thinks about Dave. Like, he thinks about DSP at all. You know what I'm saying? That's like saying Alpha Omega Sin still gives a shit about DSP after he... made that wisecrack about him and rage quitting. Let's be honest. You know what I'm saying? Neither one of those guys are thinking about you. You're a joke to them. Like I said, like, PewDiePie has literally FU money. Like, you know what I'm saying? He can buy DSP's house 5 or 6 times over. Shit, he could probably buy Cat 3 or 4 times over. And get Panda in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's an afterthought. But Dave has to hold on to this. He has to hold on to this idea. Like, there's this strange mental meta going out there that, yeah, PewDiePie hates me because PewDiePie used to be my fan and whatnot. Even though he eclipsed me, I talked shit about his book because he was so proud of it. I mean, let's be honest. James the Lesser actually talked about this in a video a little while back, where PewDiePie actually had his book legitimately published through a well-known publishing company. So there was time, there was money, there was a lot that went into that book. But I don't think PewDiePie took any real offense to what Dave said, outside the fact that he didn't think Dave could read. That's it. Outside of that, that's no big deal. And Dave seemed to get more butthurt about that than anything else. So, yet again, it's the pettiness of Phil. Oh, I don't like living in the past. It's that and the third. Yet he brings up anything and everything as it pertains to his illustrious fighting game career and his 4th place finish at EVO, like that means shit to anybody, and his 10-year legacy on YouTube, which was basically trashed by himself. He screwed all that up for himself for the most part. But yet he doesn't want to live in the past when it comes to issues that he really needs to work out. Issues that he may need to actually talk to like a therapist or something about. Just to give himself some real closure. But it's neither here nor there. What do you need closure for when you can just exploit the children in your fan base for more money? DSP News.
Kind of jealousy of those who maybe have been more successful or things like that.
Not by a long shot do I think that anyone wants to hear my life story, wants to hear about the 10 years of fucking trolling and the ups and downs. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
why would they need to hear about your life story now that I think about it? That's a pre-stream. I mean, especially if you guys go back a little ways, his pre-streams were constantly, this was my legacy. From the FGC, from my office job to the FGC to YouTube to, Blip to back to YouTube to now to Twitch. He's, I mean, the average detractor or the average detractor can recite that shit, literally. He doesn't need to write a book. We all know what his life story is. You know what I'm saying? It's all pretty much on YouTube in any way, shape, or form, or in some way, shape, or form. It's not hard to find. It really isn't. So, yes, you're not important enough to write a book because we all know the story anyway. The real thing the real thing, or the most important thing I should say, is, and what keeps people sticking around, is how it ends. It's just going to be a train wreck, of course.
You can already hear the story. It's already, public, because I shared 10 years of my life with you guys. You can watch all the fucking videos, right? I don't think that making a book is going to be anything that's going to be productive. I don't think that it would sell, and I don't think anyone would care. But quite frankly, I think it would be a waste of everybody's time, and I don't think that I'm popular enough nor important enough. I don't think that anything I've done over the past 10 years warrants me writing a book, okay? That's just me. I'm a real guy. I'm a nice guy.
Like, you don't want to talk about really? Like, you don't want to talk about, what is it? Against, like, let's think of some book titles. Against all odds. The true story of Gout. Oh my god. We could call it let's see, what's another one? We could call it Under Gout. The true story of the true story of an underdog from failed helicopter business to Twitch. Or we could call it the let's see. I mean, I'd like to call it the reprisal of Panda, but she would have to take the house though for her to win. I mean, there's a bunch of silly ass names you could come up for his book title. Whether it's worth it or not is kind of irrelevant. But I like how he downplays everything that he's done, which is funny because he preaches about it and he basically praises himself about it on a day-to-day basis, just to shit on someone else's narrative, someone who's obviously way more successful, who's way more popular. I mean, Phil in his wildest dreams could never reach where PewDiePie was at. You know what I mean? And let's say, and it's gonna require you guys to be optimistic. But what if Dave really never screwed up? If he never alienated himself, he never took people for granted, and so on and so forth. He's even under those circumstances and within those parameters, he would have never made it to where like a Markiplier or a PewDiePie or any of those guys, because he's just not creative enough. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't. One of the biggest things that hinders DSP is himself. He's one of the biggest things that sets himself back, because he's not willing to take risk. He wants to stay in a comfort zone, a hug box, if you will, and just kind of work that out. And that's it. That's one of the reasons why he stayed with Machinima for as long as they did, or as long as he did. You know what I'm saying? They made him feel special, and he likes to feel special because he's this unique snowflake, and he just ran with it. And he never thought about going out there and seeing if there was anything else. He says he did, but that's a lie. Obviously, Phil's not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? If he's getting whole milk, and every once in a while he's probably getting decent chocolate milk, why would he go out and see if there's something better? Because if he ends up screwing up and he's wrong, he'll never be able to go back, which is probably something that scares Phil. It kind of works in the same way as why he fights so hard, and I use the word fight loosely, to stay in Seattle and doesn't want to go back to Connecticut. I don't know what it is back there that scares him so much, but if I had to guess, he equates his time in Connecticut as a failure. It's the time in his life and the people that are even there that he used to associate with. He looks at that as some of his lowest points. Or if we took a reference from Eminem's new album Kamikaze, he may look at them as nothing more than a stepping stone to get to where he's at now. So just imagine having to go back and trying to do it again, or go back and having to associate with these people who he quite literally stepped on to get to where he's at now, and then still fell. You know what I mean? That would be a hard pill for him to swallow. I don't think the man's ego could take it. I really don't. But maybe we'll find out one day. Maybe we won't. DSP News.
Man, this job sucks. It's a grind. I just do it for the money. This guy's a no-talent hack who can't do anything for himself. I'm a nobody who can't do anything for myself, as I have absolutely no talent. You know? I'm sure there's many people out there who think that their YouTube journey, oh my God, my YouTube journey is so unique and I gotta share my fucking story with you because I'm so important. No, I don't think that at all. 10 years making gameplay videos on YouTube. A 10-year legacy. A 10-year legacy. When you hear Darkside Phil, the first thing you think of, oh, that's the guy who had an accident. That's the guy who's this negative thing or that negative thing. Most people don't even know I have a 10-year legacy on YouTube. Most people don't know I did videos on YouTube for 2 years before I ever made any money. And I actually have outlived a lot of YouTubers, and or I've been doing this much longer than most people who do it for a living. Most people don't know that I'm the most prolific gaming YouTuber there is.
Let me stop him right there. We're in 2018. Maybe back in like 2008, 2009, that might have meant something. That shit doesn't mean anything now. It doesn't mean a thing. Most people measure success in, at least on YouTube anyway, in views and in subs. That's pretty much it. And he has very little of both. You know what I'm saying? That 100,000, the 160,000, 170,000 subs, I don't know what the name of the feature is, but you can do like, or I'm not sure if you can still do it, I should say. I know a lot of guys in the Call of Duty community did. They did like a purge of dead accounts. Accounts that were just not active, right? And I remember seeing Call of Duty channels, for example. I saw, actually it wasn't just Call of Duty channels, I saw a couple of different channels actually. Because there were some art channels that I really like to watch too, and they kind of fell off also. Anyway, I saw a bunch of channels that I used to enjoy watching, or I used to periodically watch, or whatever the case may be, who were easily in the 250, 300,000 mark. And they did this purge to prove a point. And I saw people who, like I said, had 250, 300,000 subscribers drop down to like 175. just like that, like to 175,000 subscribers, just like that, which had to been rather scary given the circumstances. But yet again, what's the point of having a hollow number? You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they still have that feature where, you know, YouTubers can still use it. But if Dave used it, we would have a much more accurate number on where he's at from a sub count. Now, let's look at his views. His views are shit, especially since he went back to Dspgaming and decided to implement what he implemented. It's not like KO Gaming where same videos, same length, you know, give or take, we're, you know, getting into the 2,000, 3,000 view mark. He doesn't have that on Dspgaming. It's back to what it was when he had when he was uploading 30 videos a day. A couple hundred here, a couple hundred here. Maybe this one hits 1,000, maybe it don't. So it's amazing how he shit that up in the span of 3 weeks. And for what? Because he wants to click his own ads? Just saying. Let's continue.
More gameplay videos and playthroughs and hours of gameplay in the last 10 years than any other human on planet Earth. They don't know any of this. All they know is the negative shit.
He was the guy that got caught masturbating in front of children.
It's the guy watching his Twitch.
Is that really him? Is he the one that got caught, Matt?
Yes!
Really?
That's right, I'm a huge pervert, guys. That's all I do. I just masturbate constantly in front of children.
But
on
I've seen so much.
purpose. I got completely exposed. I just, the only thing, I'm a very down-to-earth real guy. I just want you guys to come and hang out with me on a daily basis and have fun with games, period. Give me your money.
That's all I care about. Me loving what I do, having fun with it, and you guys swinging by to share those experiences with me, period. That's all I care about. I don't care about selling books and telling some kind of a stupid story or whatever. Like, it's so dumb, right? And it's actually hilarious. I'll say this.
The YouTubers are very fucking defensive about books that they write. Well, case in point, PewDiePie. It was many years ago, I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago, I was in a Target and I saw his book. I took a picture of it and made basically a sarcastic comment saying, wow, you know, this book is probably written for the most intelligent people on the planet. It's such an important story. Why am I toxic? Toxic toilet juice. He actually responded to my Instagram post because he was butthurt that I criticized his book and said, oh, Phil's just angry because he doesn't know how to read. So basically an insult that like a 4-year-old would tell, right? And I just found it hilarious. This guy took time out of his day to respond to my criticism of his book. It's obvious the guy is completely sensitive about it, probably thinks that the book is important, and is angry that someone would insult it. It was hilarious. And then, of course, for 2 days, his followers all attacked me on Twitter, which is hilarious because just reading some of their posts. I'm not even gonna comment. Let's put it that way, okay? And it's hilarious because PewDiePie still to this day references me all the time, even though I barely ever.
Okay, he's lying. He's lying. That's not true at all. All the time. No. Whenever a DSP situation blows out of proportion, which happens about, I'd say 6 to 8 times a year. If you want to be even, if I had to go on the high end of it, at least once a month. That's what at least it seems like. If it catches PewDiePie's interest, he may comment on it. But to say that he thinks of you all the time, that's cute, Phil. That's real cute, real cute. But then yet again, that shows you how Phil can't let go of that situation, or just PewDiePie's success in general. That's the thing. Phil doesn't even hate PewDiePie. He hates his success. He hates what he's obtained, and wonders why he didn't get it. And especially since, by Dave's logic, I was here first. I'm DSP, I'm Darkside Phil. You know what I'm saying? This is Dspgaming, my business. Whatever. His business. And I've been doing this longer than anybody. I was one of the first guys to do it, and there's no reason why I don't have PewDiePie numbers. The thing is if you look at the people who came up around the same time as Dave, none of them are anywhere close to PewDiePie either. I think if I had to guess, the next, at least out of Dave's, class, if you will, the next guy may only have, 15, 20 million subs? Don't get me wrong, that's quite a bit, but it's not PewDiePie. And PewDiePie is about to get overtaken by It's like a channel out of India, I think, because I remember seeing it on an 8 Thought video. So PewDiePie is about to get overtaken. He's about to get dethroned. You know what I'm saying? But then again, PewDiePie is one person. This channel right here is like a cornucopia, a multitude, a patch, almost like a patch blanket, if you will, of like multiple channels just kind of coming together under a network, if you will. So there you go on that. But even then, PewDiePie isn't sweating that shit. It doesn't matter. He was one man who made it all happen and whatnot. And I think that's why Phil holds on to the archetype of I'm one man, I'm doing this all alone, yada, 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 because he looks at what PewDiePie and some of the other people who were inspired, allegedly, inspired by Dave, and is like, well, look at what they did, and I inspired them, so this, that, and the third. So yet again, his legacy is kind of hinged on somebody else. So being prolific and having all these videos, this, that, and the third doesn't really mean much, does it? Just saying. DSP News.
He references me all the time in a negative light, which is hilarious because I don't know, I don't need to talk about that shit. I got other stuff to talk about. But that's what I mean. Like, read a book. Writing a book is so stupid. I never thought I was important enough for any of that shit. I was amazed. I'll be honest with you guys. Amazed. In 2011 and 2012, when I was traveling and going to conventions and stuff, I was amazed people were coming out to meet me and get autographs. I was like, seriously? People are seriously stupid. What the fuck?
Now, keep in mind, though, ladies and gentlemen, this is the guy who had a panel for Project 7, and it wasn't just him. It was John, Howard, I think Respect the Pack was there. I don't know if OJ was there. But there was a bunch of other people there, too, but Dave did the majority of the talking. And he started off the panel in usual fashion. Hi, guys. I'm Darkside Phil. I am DSP, and I run a successful YouTube channel, and went through how he ended up making it to that point first instead of talking about Project 7. Just keep that in mind. He had to sell his life story before he could even sell the project. No pun intended.
Stupid. Duh, like, how stupid can you be? They're that ignorant and stupid, they all bought it. It is what it is. People are stupid.
Stupid people!
Me just sitting back and laughing my ass off at how stupid these people are. My God, you people are stupid.
I'm not trying to insult you, I'm trying to actually explain to you how stupid you are so that you'll realize it.
I love it when I see the stupidity. Sometimes I seriously think that people are incredibly fucking stupid. Like, you guys actually think that what I do is important enough that you were going to travel to this event and hang out with me and get an autograph? Like, that just blows my mind. I've never thought of myself in that light ever. In my entire life, I never will. When I was a top Street Fighter player, I didn't think about myself in that way, you know? I'm just a down-to-earth guy, and I would never think about
a down-to-earth guy that expects other people to pay his way so he can continue to sit on his ass and play video games for a living. When, in truth, playing the video games for a living isn't really helping him make a living anymore. Hilarious.
What I mean. So, alright, let's continue on. I'm playing a woodwind instrument. I'm Japanese.
Yeah, I'm a gamer! Turgid Banana has resubbed for the 4th month in a row. He says, I'm still turgid as fuck. Hey Phil, you ever considered making a DSP-themed calendar with themed pictures of you? Maybe for December you can shoot you and Kat as Santa and sexy Mrs. Santa. I'd buy it a lot.
Oh.
No. As I said, I do not think I'm an important person. I do not think, if I'm not going to write a book, I'm certainly not going to do a calendar shoot, okay? Even though some other YouTubers have done calendar shoots. I won't bring them up, okay? So Zerial cheered and said basically that he feels that if I collaborated...
Interesting, that was an interesting point that he made right there. It's funny, yet again, how DSP doesn't keep up with other people. He's always focused on his own shit, his own business. Yet he certainly knows what other YouTubers are doing. Other bigger YouTubers than himself are doing. Like, he's got that shit on lock. Which is a bit counterintuitive to the message that he lays out, right? I'm on my own little island. I don't worry about what other people do. I try to just have a positive environment. I want to try to be entertaining and have a fun stream and make YouTube videos that really are immersive in the actual game itself, and you feel like you're sitting right here next to me as I play it. I mean, but then again, this is the same man who says he works 12 hours a day, which turns out to be like maybe 8. But semantics, I'm sure. It's semantics. But let's continue.
Either Wings of Redemption or LTG, that it would be negative, that it would bring in too much negativity and trolling to the streams, alright? I kind of agree in regard to, I don't want to bring in other negative influences to the stream. Trust me, we've got enough trolls as it is. I've got a whole dedicated group of people who have fucked up psyches and heads, who follow me on the internet and want to do everything they possibly can to hurt me and ruin every opportunity for me. I don't need more. So that's why I'm leaving it open to you guys. Do you think that if I did something that was a crossover event with one or both or whatever, do you think that it would be beneficial? Or do you think that it would hurt more than hell? You know? For me, okay.
Okay, let me cut in again. So, a crossover event. So that means that, like, as I said earlier on in this broadcast, as it pertains to Low Tier God, he's not going to dictate terms to him. Because he knows he can't. Low Tier God's his own man, and he can stand on his own too, and whatnot. Hopefully he's not skipping leg day. And, he can handle himself, and he's not going to be bullied by by DSP. So, obviously, he wants to try to get himself into that particular market, and Low Tier God is his way in. As for Wings, to be honest, Wings is actually still a pretty safe bet for the most part. Let's be honest, DSP is going to do pretty bad. Wings is going to do fine. They're both going to make some money off of it. It's not going to be, like I said, it's not a completely horrible decision unless shit goes south. Unless one of these guys ends up breaking character and turns into an asshole and, you know, shit goes to hell. I'll give you guys have already seen the Dave aspect of that. You're going to see Wings' aspect of it right after the Snort Burnell video.
LTG, if we were to play a fighting game, I don't think it would be negative at all. First of all, I know he would beat me in Street Fighter V. If we played Third Strike, I think it would go either way, right? But I think that there is a crossover between our viewer bases when it comes to fighting games.
Wait a second. No ST? Oh, you gave up on ST because Low Tier God said he didn't give 2 fucks about that. Now the thing is, and like I said, Low Tier God has already put this on the table, so I don't understand why Dave hasn't taken this opportunity yet. It's Street Fighter 4. You know what I mean? It's still a viable option. It's a game that Phil played a shitload of out of. I don't know if he's played Ultra, which I think was the last installment, but even still, he can probably pick that up faster and probably do well in it. Yeah, he'll probably do better in it than he is in 5, at least at current. And keep in mind, if you guys are keeping up with Phil's Street Fighter 5 journey, it's only going to get worse for him and whatnot. Like, once I don't think he's in gold yet, but once he gets there, he's going to fall out of gold pretty fast, I think. And that's where the killers are at. The killers are in gold. Those are the gatekeepers before you start getting up into the higher ranks. And you've got certain pro players, not going to call no names out, who struggle to get out of gold or had struggled to get out of gold. You know what I'm saying? So how's Phil going to do? And these guys have been playing the game since the beginning, or certainly longer than he did. So keep an eye out on that. Oh, speaking of which, speaking of Low Tier God, there is a interesting rumor going around that at CEO next year, that Still Your Daddy, I think he's a European player, a Gout player, really good player by the way. His streams are pretty entertaining. Actually would like to have a boxing match, a friendly boxing match with Low Tier God. And that right there comes off of the Logan Paul KSI situation. I think they're doing it for charity, but it's still incredible exposure for the two of them. There's sponsorship opportunities that could come about with that. Like I said, I don't think anything's set in stone yet. I think it's all really up in the air. It's all just, it's kind of like, not really a dream match, but it's a what-if type situation. If Low Tier God decided to do it, it'd be some good publicity. And like I said, he might be able to, move forward with it. But the thing is, and I'm going to say this really quickly, we can move on, is do you guys want to see this trend of YouTubers basically going into boxing matches with each other? Because one of the problems with the whole KSI Logan Paul situation, I actually saw the fight, is people think it was staged. People think it was a farce. Probably was, and whatnot. Because the rematch, I think it's going to happen in 2019, next year, is going to happen in the U.S., and I can't guarantee you, but if they were smart from a money-making standpoint, make that a draw, and then have one big super fight to end it all. But anyway, a lot of people think that the Logan Paul KSI fight was rigged. It's boxing. Boxing's been rigged. What are your thoughts on that? How do you feel? And how do you feel about YouTubers getting into the ring with each other? Is it really worth it? Is it just publicity? Do you just take it for what it is at face value, which is what you should take it as? Just entertainment. So, I'd like to hear your thoughts.
Beneficial. He didn't feel that way. He had already had a kind of an event, a challenge event that he had done years ago with someone else in the fighting game community, and it turned out very negative for him, and so he has a very negative association with that kind of thing in his head, and that's why he didn't want to do it. And that's perfectly in his realm of judgment, you know? I'm not him, and I don't know what happened to him, so I can't say either way. So I kind of understand his perspective. Now, for Wings, I don't know anything about that, okay? I don't know anything about that. I don't really know much about the guy, and I don't know, what would happen if we played a game together. Again, I wouldn't want to bring more negativity to the stream, so, it's that simple, okay? So, I don't know. I leave it in your court, guys, but FYI, none of this doesn't matter anyway, because, you know, I haven't heard from Wings regardless yet, so.
All right, shout out to Big Bumbling Black Man who cheered. He says, no matter what, I find a way. I always find a way to survive, B. No matter what, I find a way. I find a way to survive. Okay, then. Here we go again with Touch My Stinky. Listen to this guy. Touch My Stinky cheers says, take these bits and get yourself a tasty, lovely Twinkie. That's, oh my God. The weirdest thing I ever got was shit. I got shit in the mail. I actually got shit in the mail. I got actual feces through the fucking mail. That was delicious.
Big Bumbling Black Man cheered again. He says, have you considered extending your 10-year legacy with other means? Imagine a bunch of baby fills with goatees. That's ridiculous. Now, I've already said, you know, that time has kind of come and gone. I'm not really interested in having kids.
That douche kid cheered says, Rise of the Farm Equipment, the story of DSP. Yes, as you know, I am a farmer. I like how you're laughing, too.
Well, it's funny.
And, you know, I don't know what the hell that even means, but thank you for the cheer.
Big Daddy Phil is asking when there'll be another sponsored stream and if people would be able to possibly decide what game it would be. Right now, no plans for another one.
It's interesting that this was brought up because recently someone had made a comment in his stream chat, obviously. It's his only safe place, talking about the last sponsorship that he had and how that basically went left. And he's like, oh, I don't talk about negative stuff. We're not going to talk about that. I'm not going to bring that up. This, that, and the third. Which is basically Dave acknowledging that his last stream, or his last sponsor stream, completely failed, and how the developer went to Twitch and was like, hey, we don't want to be associated with people like him, and so on and so forth. So Dave has obviously been contacted by Twitch. Hey, that didn't work out. You might want to step away from the sponsored or the bounty system for a little while until, you know, until things cool down. Because as I said in a previous video, developers speak to each other. And especially with someone like Dave, you want to put the word out. You don't want someone like this playing your games, and you damn sure don't want them playing it publicly, where it could be even considered as a promotion. You don't want that. And Phil don't see it. He thinks it's everybody else's fault. He doesn't understand. But that 10-year legacy, you know, all that whole prolific YouTuber bullshit, all that shit, it came back to bite him. And it came back to bite him in the worst possible way. You know what I mean? And it just hasn't gone through his head yet. So he would rather just avoid it and then just go ahead and move on. But you see how, even on this personal hug box, his opportunities are drying up, slowly but surely, which means he's going to be at the whim of somebody else. If he wants extra money, he's going to have to definitely do something he's not going to want to do, and then more than likely, it's going to be something that someone's going to tell him to do, and that's a terrible way to live your life. You should have some semblance of control. But if Phil can't pay his taxes, if he can't hold on to his house, then guess what? He's at the whim of somebody else. DSP News.
If there is one that I end up doing, I'll let you know. You know, it's all based on a lot of different things. What's made available to me, what's interesting to me, my schedule, etc. For now, really not interested, okay? And or at least nothing interesting to me, okay? I'll let you know when I have more information.
How's the gout, Phil?
Oh my god, here's another
Someone
one.
playing
How's the gout,
Grand Theft
Phil? Another idiot. This is
How's
great.
that gout?
How's that gout? Who was it? Hold on, now I have to freaking manually mute
How's
everyone.
that Seattle air, Phil? Yes, I want to play a game, yes.
Alright, you will. Don't worry, you will. I just gotta find out who this idiot is now. Say it again. No, say it again. Say, how's that gout? Go ahead.
How's that Seattle air?
Come on, say it again. I mean, you're so dumb, I know you'll say it again. Say it. Say, how's that gout? Come on.
So with the gout, how's your daughter? What's the gout?
He's still saying it. How's the gout? How's the gout? How's the gout? Oh, parent, how's the gout? Give me a cracker. Wow. What pasta do you prefer? I prefer a penne. Oh! Easy to eat. Oh! Phil's a faggot.
Alright, so there you guys go with that. I'm actually going to let this just play its way out, and then we'll go into the next video. Like I said, sorry. Say Sean Ranklin, Wings of Redemption, trolled and raised by a child in ranked for Rainbow Six Siege. As it pertains to this collaboration, to be honest with you, DSP should do it. Why not? He'll make a couple of bucks. You know what I'm saying? He can try to draw some new people in. It would definitely put both channels high on the directory for Rainbow Six, so that would work out, to be honest. There could be some spillover of trolls on both sides. That's neither here nor there. It opens up collaborations with both communities respectfully, DSP as well as Wings, and amongst their content creators. So that's always a good thing. There's a lot of positives on the detractor side of it, as well as Wings and Dave in particular. But only time will tell. So we'll just go ahead and bleed into the next video. And yeah, see you guys in a minute.
Fat. Phil's a loser. Phil's a beggar. Phil's a racist. Phil's a scammer. DSP's a pedophile. DSP is a thief. DSP is a greedy fuck.
This guy's a bitch.
I have a micro penis. Alright, I'm not dead, but I swear to God I wish I fucking was.
You guys got anybody else?
I might be able to pick up.
Some guy keeps texting me saying, shout out to Sean Ranklin.
What's up, homies?
What's up?
I heard like a little kid.
That's Carlito.
Oh. Hey, Carlito.
Bruh, should I do it or no?
No.
That said, if you team kill him and you'll raid.
Come on, man! This is your fucking friend.
Is he OBJ?
No, he just team killed me.
Come on,
Oh, my
Carlito.
bad, bro.
Seriously, dude?
My shit, like, so, this,
Buggy video mechanic. Sorry about that, guys.
Why'd you bring a guy in here that team killed me?
I didn't. Carlito, did you do that shit on
Yeah, he
purpose?
did. There was nobody up there. I just killed somebody. He walks into the schoolroom and shoots me.
yeah, it was an accident.
It was not a fucking accident, dude. You don't accidentally headshot somebody after walking into a room that you don't have no business going into at the time.
Nah, we still won, though.
Why? Why would you do that? Quit being a
Now,
chump.
here's
while
the
you
thing. Let me give you a little bit of explanation. This is like a regular occasion with Wings. Now, Wings doesn't want to play Call of Duty because he swears it ruined his life, so on and so forth. You can't team kill somebody in Call of Duty unless you're playing hardcore. In Rainbow Six, you can. And there is no real penalty except for the fact that you guys are down a man, which sucks. This happens to Wings a lot. His detractors get shouted out by other people. People get messages, hey, team kill Wings for me, and I'll send you a gift card for X amount of money, or whatever PlayStation points or Xbox points or whatever you want or whatever. People fall for it. Some people know it's a scam, but they do it anyway just so they can get clipped into a video. This is his reality. You know what I'm saying? On a regular basis, it sucks. To be honest with you, it's entertaining as shit, but it sucks. And the way he spurgs out it's kind of hilarious. So look forward to a lot of this stuff when you know we start doing wings videos. Arg. Some teriyaki wings would be good actually right now. Ooh, some lemon pepper. Lemon pepper wings are good if you guys haven't had those. Actually, teriyaki lemon pepper wings are delicious.
Carlitos.
Bruh, they're telling me to team kill you.
Yeah, so you do it.
But I'm not.
You just did it. You just did it. You can't say you're not.
That was an accident though. Hey, team kill me. You can team
I don't.
kill me.
I care more about winning than team killing.
Hey, UAV, who's skinny pills?
How about you just play the game and quit reading your messages?
Shout out Seen Ranklin.
Carlitos, look here. Stop reading your messages. Turn them off.
There's like 20 people texting.
Yes, just turn them off. They're going to keep texting you. They're eventually going to spam you offline if you keep playing with them.
Nah, I won't team kill you.
You've already team killed
I
me.
did it once. Cause I know we were gonna win the round.
Now here's the funny part about that, and you find this a lot. Oh, I didn't mean to. It was an accident. Oh, I didn't mean to. There's no intention behind it. And then later on, they're like, "Yeah, I did kill you, but I only killed you that once. The wings. I won't kill you again. I promise." It's silly. It's so silly, and that's one of the things though too that Wings, excuse me, usually axes, requests I should say even, from people who party with him. Turn off your messages, you know what I mean? And if you, or limit, you know, the type of message you have come in, please don't read them on in the chat or on stream, and just don't team kill them. You know what I'm saying? It seems pretty easy, but anybody who axes to play with Wings, they know how this works. They know what the circumstances are. Now, does everybody who plays with Wings does this? No. They don't. A lot of people just, yo man, I just want to play the game and let's keep it moving. But a lot of people do, and it's very easy to track you down apparently when you're playing Rainbow. So you know, even when a random comes in, they'll get spammed with messages right away. So.
Hey, stream, I can't team kill.
Carlitos, look, people fuck with me 24 hours a day. I don't need you in here fucking with me too, dude. This is supposed to be cool time.
Find the biohazard container location.
He said they're saying they'll give me 20 PSN.
I'm muting him. I'm muting him. Look what your fucking friend's doing. Look what he's doing right now. He's stunning me.
Carlito, what are you doing, dude?
He's throwing stun grenades at me. Oh my fucking lord! Stop, dude! Your boy's about to get. You better pick me up because he's gonna get kicked out of the game if you don't. Why is your friend this fucking ignorant, dude? Really talk.
Bro, UAV should be thanking me.
Thanking you for what?
For giving your people some entertainment.
Motherfucker, go away. Like
We're still
seriously.
winning. Come on.
Go
now.
away, dude. Just go away.
Come on now.
It's not come on now. I'm kicking you out the party the second this game's over.
Why?
Because you're a little immature brat. That's why.
I won't kill you no more.
Have I ever played against pros? Nah, man. I suck at this game. And Crystal got dropped. Fuck, man. Mr. Norris, you're not even going the right way, dude.
Oh yeah, I'm getting pretty tired.
Well, at least focus so we win this round, this Gant match.
Down.
Enemy is about to scan the area.
No, don't just spend everything, you know.
Mr. Norris, what the fuck?
Gosh, oh my lord, man!
Friendlies were eliminated.
Mr. Norris, what is your aim?
Look, it's my ping. It's my ping. Look at my ping.
That's nothing.
Potato aim 2 times.
Look at my ping.
Your ping's fine, dude. I play on a higher ping than that and get diamond in EU.
Mm-mm.
Yes, I do.
Bro, your aim is like Wait, what did you? Are you like new to this game or something?
He is.
I only have 4 fingers on one hand. He tried to play claw. He tried to play claw with no thumb. Hmm?
Christo, are you coming back?
Bro.
Close your game and restart it.
5 seconds left.
No, 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 no!
Okay, let me cut in for a minute. One of the things that I've always felt watching Wings play this game, and it's not that he's terrible at it, because he's not. It's just he gets frustrated too quickly, or too easily, I should say. And because the nature of the game and some of the parameters that are expected of you and your teammates, and because of the downside of being team killed, I never really understood why he plays this game. It seems like a waste of time, to be honest with you. Yeah, he enjoys it, this, that, and the third, but he's never going to get any peace. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yes, he gets some good games here and there, but he's guaranteed to have some bad ones. He's guaranteed to have people that are going to come in, that are going to screw with him, and lead to what you're kind of seeing and hearing right here. It makes it kind of pointless, to be honest with you. And the thing is as it pertains to Call of Duty, the worst thing he has to deal with is the other team, to be honest, or being blocked in corners, which sadly is a dumb shit that is still kind of happens. But you know what I'm saying, because Wings is a camper. Excuse me. But outside of that, he just has to worry about the opposition. But then he's scared because he had built up such a strong reputation for himself in Call of Duty that he doesn't want to see that be diminished. Hence the reason why he doesn't want to play it, or he doesn't want to play it. He doesn't want to play it often, I should say. But like, this is any better? I mean, seriously, especially since the majority of Wings' friends play Call of Duty still. So there you go. We'll see if he'll be on Black Ops 4 though. If he is, I'm hoping to run into him. Well, maybe not, because I'm not going to get the game until well after they patch that shit all to hell. I'm tired of buying unfinished games from Activision. They're going to have to wait this time around.
Sorry for shooting you, but I can't allow that wall to be reinforced. You motherfucker, there's a fucking Twitch drone just waiting on this mirror, man.
I got it.
It doesn't fucking matter now, the mirror's down.
Alright, you can still win this.
Come on! Fuck you, lion! God! He's not going to come back. So fucking frustrating. I get fucked with the entire round. I say, take it serious, man. Shit can go bad. And look, this where it is. Shit went bad. Dude, I was gonna clutch that. But I fucking got hit with a lion.
Bro, look here. Look, listen, bro. We need a bomb.
No, I'm team killing you right the fuck now. I don't give a shit. I'm team killing you now.
You need to locate the biohazard container.
You still have a chance to win.
No, I'm team killing him. I'm sick of his little bitch ass.
Don't team kill, please.
No, you're not getting invited back to my party
10
again.
seconds to go.
You're a troll too.
I'm not a troll. I played with you yesterday, and I played with you today. I haven't done anything.
He probably is a troll, bro.
Location of biohazard container.
That's why his aim is so bad.
Nah, man, I've got 4 fingers on my right hand. It's not cool, man. You try and masturbate with 4 fingers.
I'm a shitter. Ella's lit. Ella's one health. Ella's one health. Ella's one health.
Hold on, let me get drone. Don't push. Let me get drone. Get the fuck away from me. Go
Hey,
back
don't
to your
talk to me
objective.
Don't talk to me like that, okay, please? I'm a human being too, you know.
Bro, Ella's one health. One fucking health, right?
What?
No.
What are you doing, Norris? You're a shitter.
No, man. I've got 5 kills. I've 10 kills as you.
What? What hit detection is that?
Dude, that dude team killed me. We had motherfucking leave. More shit. Just get out the party, man.
Here's the thing, though. The kid that was team killing him, why'd you let him stay in the party? You should have dropped him already. But Wings, but see, the thing is though, is Wings doesn't like playing with randoms either, because he kind of has like this whole, you got to be a certain ranking to be able to play with him and type shit. I mean, though, every once in a while, especially if he's in a good mood, he'll basically take on whoever. But this is ranked. He takes that shit super try hard. So it is what it is.
I don't think I can carry anymore.
You don't think you can carry me anymore? I appreciate the carries. Maybe go play Fortnite or Call of Duty, man. That might be more your speed. Rainbow's just not a game for you. I flop more than my chin wobbles? Alright. Whatever. Oh, my lord. Mr. Norris, please lead the party.
Hey, come on, man. I didn't even do anything. I've been trying to play. It's hard enough, you know?
Dude, I'd much rather have a random than you. At least randoms will hold hallways and like every kill that you got, you looked into.
I gotta learn, you know. I know I got some.
And this is kind of lazy on Wings' part too, because he could just disband the party and just start over. But he's lazy yet again. Another DSP trait.
I don't even see how I got them. I gotta learn somehow, you know.
All right, how about this? Bip, do you want to play with Norris?
No.
Someone, do you want to play with Norris?
It's up to you.
I vote no. That's 3-1.
Come on, guys. You know, you gotta make new friends somehow.
I'm not playing with Carlito either.
Well, Wings, I got my friends here.
Yeah, I won't throw.
Just start another one. Make it invite only.
Hey, Bip, I won't throw dead ass.
Hey, yeah,
No,
looky here.
No.
Not dead.
Wings, I got my friends here. So is it true that people promise other people to, like, what else?
Can we not talk about it?
Like cards? Oh, alright, my bad.
We should have destroyed that team. There were a bunch of low-level golds.
Top 4 drone has found a
UAV, do you have a fucking mic? UAV, do you want $5?
What?
Is it worth it?
That money.
This guy.
That money.
This guy
That is not.
me.
It's not. He's not gonna pay you.
10 seconds left.
No, this guy messaged.
He's offering to pay you the team
to
Q money.
kill you for $10.
Yeah, he's not gonna pay you. He messaged
Do
every
it.
person I ever played with that.
Why do these guys love you so much? What the hell?
I got a 630 viewers on stream right now.
There's one on window. There's one on west window.
And Niceback says, "Why do you always fight with young people? You're such a loser, fat ass, lying pedo." Well, thank you, Niceback. I'm not any of that except fat. Fat is what I am.
How are there this many people messaging me?
There's over 1,000 people that trolls me.
This is so annoying.
Just turn your messages off, man.
I'm about to block you too. I never want to play with you again.
Go for it, man.
Ever. You can keep all 400 followers you have. Jesus Christ.
He thought it was hilarious earlier, but no, they're not going to stop, man. Once you start acknowledging them, you've opened up Pandora's box.
And not to mention, they sent me a PSN card that was expired, so I was like, wow.
Now, here's the thing about that. This is one part that I purposely left out up until this point. Just imagine what DSP has to look forward to when, if this collabo goes down. They're gonna spam the fuck out of DSP. It's gonna be, that shit is going to be legendary. It's going to be legendary if that happens. Now, granted, obviously DSP is not going to team kill Wings, but they're gonna flood his shit. It's gonna be amazing to see how Phil pops off if this happens. You know what I mean? Because you know how Phil is. He gets frustrated over the small shit. So that shit is going to be hilarious. Now, granted, if Wings is as smart as I give him credit for, he'll tell DSP in advance to just turn his messages off. But if Wings brings some people into the party for the beta, and DSP brings, not really friends, but some pay pigs into the party, they would have to predetermine that early and whatnot. Make sure that they have the game and make sure they're on standby and ready to play. But it's gonna be fun. That part's gonna be funny watching these guys get spammed. And then keep in mind, it's not just DSP. It's anybody who's from DSP's camp or whatever pay pigs end up, you know, giving up big money so they can play with them in the beta, they're going to get hit too with it. So it should be entertaining nonetheless.
Oh yeah, you got that too?
They send the same PSN card to everybody.
Well, I mean, if it was real, I would definitely shoot you in the face for $20.
Challenging you?
What?
Wow.
What?
He ate.
Hey, tell me one of those wearing a headshot.
Oh my god, please kick this guy from the
It
party.
doesn't fucking matter. He can rejoin. I don't know how he got back into the party.
Nobody invited him back. The party's open.
He isn't there's a guy in our party.
I can't do it because he's spamming it. Every time I press the button, it just takes me to that shit. It's not like everybody in the fucking world's working against us, right? Like, there's always people trolling. There's people sending messages. It's like people try to find, like, there's a guy on like the PK subreddit right now trying to harass me into getting the surgery done, but with threats of legal action. I've always had the intention of getting the surgery done from the second I started, you know, opening up the idea of getting it done. Because I dragged my feet a little bit, and I went and got some more tests done before doing the surgery to be safe. Whatever. No, I deleted the game earlier. But like, it's the only game I actually want to play. I just felt so defeated. Like I was a piece of shit and I wasn't worth anything. And like, I felt like I let my team down and everything. I was just... Like, one thing I hate about myself is I'm almost emotionless. Other than getting mad at things. I've not had any good teams this
Okay, this
season.
should be video 2, which is Wings of Redemption being toxic. So, here we go. And this should be the last one. I'm sure it's going to be short also.
I don't think I should take Moonglum and skate to rank. Rank's where everybody that you play is about your skill level. The fact is, rank's only fun when you got 5 guys that are equal skill level that know what to do.
5 guys is delicious.
Not that kind of 5 guys skate.
Friendly, last operator standing.
Somebody coming right behind you, Jordy. Shot me right as I dropped down.
Alright, killed it. Be quiet, be quiet, be quiet, be quiet.
I played with you before. Unlimited 8.
Be quiet.
I played with you before. Casual, doesn't matter.
Vote to kick him.
I ain't didn't get kicked out. His team killed me.
It begins.
Oh. Op 4 eliminated all friendlies.
No.
I ain't gonna get kicked out. It's casual, dude.
Okay.
What's wrong with you? That's not nice.
Yeah. Why you gotta bully me? I didn't do anything to you.
I told you to be quiet while I was trying to clutch, and you know, I've played with you before. Brr, 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 brr.
Yeah, one thing. I don't think you would have clutched anyways.
Okay. Alright, we're team killing this guy, boys.
Oh, snap.
Oh, okay. Game on, boy. Game on.
This should be
I
entertaining.
get banned.
Are you going to team kill me? If you are, can I put my Earthmon's down first?
Alright, whoever wins, I'm the doctor, so I'll heal you whoever wins.
Barricade the room.
Oh,
We need to protect
Shit, my main menu stuck in my screen. Shit, my main menu is stuck in my screen.
Man.
Take him out. Take him out.
Oh, look at that. It's almost a smiley.
You got it.
Zombie. Kill zombie.
Op 4 drone locates the biohazard
He
container.
said whoever wins, he'll dock.
No, stop
dock
killing
them.
me. I'm up on my... No.
Why are neither one of you killing zombie?
Going barbed wire.
Where is
He
it?
said,
Come
We're
on.
all gonna lose the round anyway. It doesn't
oh
fucking
no,
matter.
I'm dead.
I couldn't find it.
Down to 10 seconds.
Do you not know what's on?
Down to 5 seconds.
I think that nukes the game.
Dang, bro.
Protect the biohazard
Oh,
container
that's
at
my
all
buddy.
costs.
That was my buddy.
It doesn't matter. He's like, I don't care.
No,
After
that
my
drone was
friends
my
get
buddy.
back, we're going back to rank.
Hey, buddy.
Now, this, ladies and gentlemen, is a pretty good example of being trapped in your own personal hug box. The game, Wings plays single-player games too, but as it pertains to competitive games, it's this and occasionally Call of Duty. but pretty much Rainbow Six is his bread and butter. And he can't even play it the way he wants to because of his notoriety, because of who he is and how people know and understand how it'll tick him off. You know what I mean? He's trapped on Twitch because he won't go back to YouTube because he's mad because the detractors and haters and trolls basically are they run it. They own Wings over there on YouTube, quite frankly. Unlike DSP, who's still trying to fight for YouTube to some extent, Wings has already given up on it. So all he has is his hug box, which sucks because I've seen videos of Wings basically streaming for 15 hours, 12 to 15 hours. Obviously that shit was cut down, and only make $30. That's insane. Even DSP pulls bigger numbers than that. So, and we're talking about Wings averages like 400 or 500 viewers per stream. So, you know what I mean? And yet he's only getting like $30 for like 12 hours. That's insane. And losing subs left and right, which is something that Wings talks about a lot. When he talks about losing subs, he's die hard on it. He makes mental notes on how many subs he's gained and lost day by day, which has to be maddening, to be honest with you. That's like watching sub counts, like subscriber counts on YouTube. It's kind of frivolous, to say the very least. If you're not losing, I'd say 50 subs or more, you probably have nothing to worry about. But then again, DSP doesn't worry about that because all his subs are gifted and they're all bots over there anyway. So it is what it is. But this is Wings' existence. This is what happens when he put himself in that little hug box called Twitch, and he fucked himself royally. And that's what's really going to happen to anybody and everybody who try to make a real living on Twitch and forego everything else. Keep your options open, ladies and gentlemen, is my point. Okay? Now, people like Wings, people like DSP, they chose this. They picked their poison, and now they got to take it. The thing is, as it pertains to Wings and DSP, Wings fell hard, but he's still kind of floating. DSP's fall is gonna be even harder, because what's he gonna do? Come back to YouTube and stream there? There's a new detractor every day streaming over there on YouTube. Phil can't stop that, and he wouldn't be able to when he gets back on. And then he already shitted on Mixer, which means he'll go over there anyway, which is kind of a waste of time because detractors are going over there and are getting themselves entrenched over there too. Even I have a Mixer account, and I haven't even streamed yet. So, this is what happens. This is one of those situations. It's like I said, when the fall comes, the fall's going to come hard.
My buddy. So, UAV, you want to team kill again next round?
Yep.
Okay, I'll team kill you. I don't care. Got nothing else to do.
Yeah, why are you talking shit to him? You're carried the diamond, dude.
Carried the diamond?
I'm pretty sure if you actually play with him before you call his KD, I think he would have more than a 1.0. But if you see his level, it takes a lot for it to go up.
Yeah, that's whatever. People can go.
Like, since you were diamond, why do you have a 1.0?
Because I sucked major ass in the first time I played this. You go look at my first season, I had 800 games.
What if he did too?
10 seconds to go.
What if he was bad at the beginning of the game?
I gotta get out.
Biohazard container.
Good team, kill me, I'll sit still.
Alright guys, play nice.
No.
You took too long for that. Thank you.
You see,
That's fine, Zach.
you spawned behind me both rounds, so like I had to go look for you. All right, Skid, you got team kill him if we lose this round. If you don't team kill him, I'll team kill you.
Go for it, man, but I ain't got nothing to lose.
I don't either.
Zach, do I get banned? Or...
Don't get banned.
Okay.
It's just a game. It doesn't matter. So we all even now?
No, we're not.
Dang. Alright, it's worth a try.
should I kill myself? I got impacts, I think.
Oh,
Barricade the room.
And that'll be the ultimate motivation. Let him kill himself.
I'm speeding a gun. Wait, can I put down my cap cam? Cause I don't care if you guys kill me, just let me put down my cap cam.
I'm gonna down, I'm gonna get the if you guys can
Yeah, I said before you kill me, let me put down my cap cams.
My L's are down if you want to
Is this dude stupid? I don't care if you kill me. Just let me put on my cap.
Back. Ah! That was a trick. Ah!
Can
That was
I get
funny.
docked?
Don't dock him, Skate. Come on.
Yo, dude, I was being nice. I said.
Alright. I'm not playing with you anymore, Skate.
Alright. Skate, you wanna come play rank with us?
Op 4 has located the biohazard container.
You don't like rank? I'll make you your first
Play
rank,
rank.
or platinum. I don't know about diamond, maybe.
I don't give a shit about rank, man.
Alright.
I like this guy. Hey, can I be your friend? Where's buddy?
No, I got enough friends.
Yo,
Dang. Alright, buddy.
UAV, I was allowing you to kill me. I just.
I don't tolerate that. If my boys ain't got my back, they ain't my boys. That dude was a jerk to me first. I'm sitting there trying to clutch, and then he was sitting there talking over me. And then he goes, "You wouldn't have clutched anyway." Her. This is casual. I ain't got nobody to play with. I'm done playing ranked unless I have a stack squad. I'm done with Skate. I'll probably remove him from my friends list because of that. No, if he was my friend, he'd have my back. He would have team killed somebody he didn't give a fuck about. I'm about to get offline. That's what I'm about to do. People just fucking fuck with me, dude. Big Sim, why do I deserve it? Because I get mad at people on video games? Oh, come on, Jaeger. Why would you peek? Whatever. Whatever, I'm done. Can't play a team game by myself. Yeah. I don't get any kind of satisfaction. We got donations. Hold up. I'm gonna send DSP an email.
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's the that's what DSP is going to be working with, and vice versa. Like I said, I'm sure both of them will put the best face forward, and we'll see how the beta goes. Should be interesting. I don't think all of Wings' trolls are going to make it in there, so, but we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. From a collaboration standpoint, they both need this. You know what I mean? They both need to kind of step out and do some collaborations with someone. And why not have two rather toxic individuals just go ahead and collab with each other? There's going to be risk in this, just like anything else, but you know what I'm saying? No guts, no glory. At the end of the day, though, to be honest, I would say that this is a chance for two people who have been shitted on and have shitted on quite a few people to kind of build some camaraderie between each other. Try to build up some understanding. It wouldn't hurt, to be honest with you. They're two people who kind of understand where each other come from. You know, they both kind of share a perspective. So it wouldn't be a bad thing. But, I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. DSP can't share glory. He's very selfish. Wings is very selfish, but he's willing to tolerate people to an extent. You saw it with that kid Carlito. So make of it what you will, and let's just sit back and see what happens. Like I said, hopefully this goes up today being the 5th. The beta is supposed to be tomorrow, the 6th, but as you know, tomorrow is going to be Kat's birthday, so it's probably going to take her out to the range or something, or, have her go around the Kentucky Derby a couple times, whatever the case may be, and so she can take her by the track, so he won't be competing with her tomorrow, so maybe over the weekend or something. Wings is going to be playing all day, every day anyway, so it is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for kind of listening in. Hope this gives you guys some perspective to what this future event could or could not be. And I hope you guys found it at least somewhat entertaining. Ladies and gentlemen, this is DSP News. Always late, never breaking, unreliable coverage that you can't count on. A GTG and Goutopia news network. I'm your host / anchor, GTG, and I'm signing off. End of broadcast. Oh boy.